Good day, Facebook and YouTube. Jeffrey Howells Carpet Cleaning here, and we've got ourselves 4 wool, or I should say 1 polyester and 3 wool carpeting, area rugs and such that we're going to be cleaning up here. Now, typically what I do is I take these one by one and clean them. However, since these are all on the same ticket today, I'm just going to do like assembly line style and go through, knock all the dirt out with our carpet badger here. It does a real good job of just beating the backside of this carpeting and dumping massive amounts of debris out of the carpeting. So this is actually a procedure that we can't even come close to duplicating out a customer's home or anything like that. This is probably one of the most crucial steps to take, just because of the amounts of debris that accumulate in a rug, and there's absolutely no way that any amounts of vacuuming is going to get 100% of all that stuff out of there. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be beating this rug here, get all the debris and everything out, and I'll probably roll it over and give it a vacuum, and then roll it up, get it out of the way, and then do the same things to these other rugs here as far as just beating them and vacuuming and getting them out of the way. And what that would conclude is our first phase of our cleaning process is just getting as much of that dry soil out of the carpeting as possible. And then our next stage, we have our sprayer here. And we are going to be utilizing Rug Smack by Truck Mount Forums to give it a good clean. Run that about half strength, which would be a 1 scoop to my 2-gallon bottles here, and that will be a good wool safe product to use that isn't going to be too overpowering or weakening any of the fibers. Putting that down on there, I will look at the wool and examine. This may be, I think this wool might be a little too soft and sensitive to be running a CRB machine over it, so I'll probably be using a brush just to get some agitation in there to get the chemical to break down any residue or things holding on to fibers that are holding on to dirt and all that residue, and that starts breaking that all down. And then moving on to phase 3, well, I can point to, well, I really can't point to anything right now because I don't have all my equipment in there, but we will be using a wand similar to this, except a normal cleaning wand, to give everything a very, very thorough cleaning. We'll probably be pumping the pressure up to about 600, and then that's, you know, quite a bit more than what we do, but that will give rugs a very thorough vacuuming. Typically, I like to be doing front side and back side. These rugs are very well put together, and some of them you have to really be careful with the glues and things that they use. But just by examining this, it's very well structured, so there isn't going to be any problems with this thing getting wet. It's the ones that have the strips glued onto the back that are kind of holding the bottom and the front, the 2 layers together, which I don't know why any company would think that that is a good design. It's just garbage. But anyways, though, that's the cleaning process, 3 phases. We take the exact same 3 phases when we're cleaning the carpets in the home or the business, whether it be residential or commercial. It's just that we are applying it, the 3 phases specifically for the purpose of area rug cleaning. And this guy here is a tool that's specific to the area rugs, and it does not get used for carpeting because it is not a carpet cleaning tool. It's an area rug cleaning tool. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Alright, I got done beating the back side of this rug. I vacuumed the back side of the rug. I vacuumed the front side of the rug. Got tons of crud out of there. And as you can see, I went ahead and I moved our tiles to give it a sweep. But you can still see a lot of the dust that's on there. And there's still a row of tiles here. So I was only able to sweep about 2/3 of the area. And as you can see, this is the filth and debris that it actually knocks out of the rug. You can see it's fine dust, sand, a little bit of wool, loose wool fibers came out. But you can see that's all stuff that is very damaging to area rugs. Because what happens, and that stuff is pretty abrasive. And when it's inside of your rug and you're walking on your rug, you're basically grinding the fibers with all that stuff. So this is fairly typical. I mean, don't be alarmed like, oh my gosh, I didn't know all that was in there. This is like I said, fairly typical. So the machine, like the Carpet Badger, is unlike any other machine as far as getting this stuff out of there, because no amount of vacuuming or hot water extraction, steam cleaning with a traditional wand is going to be able to get that out of the rug. So the only way is to take it to an expensive area rug cleaner, rug store that gives everything a very good submersive bathing bath. And the only time that I would really suggest doing that is if you have like a really expensive rug that is made of foreign natural dyes and that sort of thing. Then I would take it to someone who is a bit more equipped to handling that sort of situation. As for myself, just being getting into this and cleaning carpets for 15 years and actually heading up the area rug cleaning and applying that knowledge into like a couple years of experience of cleaning rugs. But really, there's not a whole lot of difference between cleaning carpets and cleaning rugs. So as long as you can take your experience and your knowledge and then just apply it from carpet cleaning over to area rug cleaning, and it works very well. However, this dusting machine does a really good job of just getting all that nasty stuff out of there. And again, like I said, that's only about 2/3 of it, because we do have another row of tiles here that we did not sweep under there, just because I just quickly moved them up and out of the way. And usually we do not do that every single time we clean a rug. We'll usually clean all the rugs and then go through after dusting them all or whatever, and then sweep it all up. However, I just wanted to do a quick comparison so that you guys who are interested in dusting and seeing what all this machine is capable of doing, there it is right there, as well as the owner can now see all of the debris that we were able to get out of his rug. Alright, so this area rug here is wool. It's approximately probably about 8 by 10 or so. It's completely wool, and what we're gonna go ahead and do is we've got some of truck mount forums unchained, made up and ready to go, 50% in there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pre-spray this. It does have quite a bit of urine in it. Well, not as much as some of the other rugs, but because this is coming out of a pet owner's home, I like to be as thorough as we possibly can, knowing that there is probably 100% potential that there is going to be urine in here. So that will help to address any issues with that. And then upon appropriate dwell time, we'll go ahead and we'll also use rug smack at probably about 50% as well, just because of this being natural fiber. I like to dumb things down a little bit just so that we're a little bit less harsh on the natural fibers, and then we'll fire up our truck, get the water up to temperature, and give this thing a good clean out, probably about 180 degrees or so, just so that we're not overdoing any heat in that might weaken the binding of the area rug or weaken any of the fibers as well, because natural fibers generally tend to be more or less resilient to heat than, let's say, the polyester. This polyester rug in the back, for example, you'd probably be safe to clean it at 240, 260 degrees, and it's not going to do anything to it. However, when you start looking at those kind of temperatures compared to wool, you're better off, sticking with the recommended 180, 190 or so for the natural fibers. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to go ahead and give us a pre-spray with the Unchained right now. Okay, so the Unchained product that we put down is a topical urine stain remover. So it breaks down the salts and crystals and things in the urine and gets all that nasty stuff out of there. We did a little bit of search and destroy. As you can see, there are some areas there that we laid the product down a bit more heavy. And we gave things a good agitation using our broom here. And then we also gave it a good 15 minutes of dwell time or so just to sit in the carpeting. And now we are ready to apply our application of Rug Smack. And then again, we will groom it using our nap setter here. It's gentle on the fiber, so it's going to disrupt the least amount of fibers as possible, because we don't want to cause a bunch of fiber loss to occur. But inevitably it will happen just because of the agitation and the cleaning process. It will lose just a few, but hardly any at all. So we're going to go ahead and apply this pretty liberally. Fire up the truck and let this dwell for about 10-15 minutes, and then go ahead and give it a steam out. Upon completion, we went ahead and we stuck a dry ace force air fan that's blowing air directly down onto the carpeting, and it should dry it out by this time tomorrow morning, or I'm sorry, about tomorrow morning. Should be good to roll up and deliver back to the customer. And that is the process that we take in cleaning your rug. Every effort goes in to making sure that everything is done properly and effectively based upon the fiber that it is. We try to minimize any fiber loss or anything like that, and use a fiber-safe product in the cleaning as well. And if you take a look at it in this video, to me it looks very bright and vibrant, and I hope it is beautiful inside the house once again.